The following program is rated TV MAL, TV MALS, TV MALSV. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I gave my love a story that had no end. I give...
What's going on, my proper compadres? This is Justin Proper here with This Week in Bullshit. And here with us today is the guy with one of the best hair pieces on YouTube. Oh, I didn't mean to say hair piece. Is it real? Is it real? I don't believe it. No hair can be this majestic. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Culture Casino.
Hey, what's going on, Justin? Yeah, it's very real. I am Lionel. I am Lionel. I am a Thundercat. Oh.
That's a great reference. Love it. And someone who I've never streamed with before, but I've heard good things about. Our friend Kai is here. Kai, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and especially since Culture Casino just called himself a giant pussy.
Not sure I use those terms.
Well, phrasing, you know.
Phrasing.
The Thundercat, well...
But yeah, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure to meet you and be here for the first time, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You seem like a really nice guy so far. Yeah, but it's not over yet. We'll see what happens. And also somebody who I'm not so sure about. Madmartigan is here. How are you doing?
If the gang is Dragonclaw and there's 5 members of the Dragonclaw gang, wouldn't it be 5 Dragonclaw? Hey guys, sorry, I was reading in the back about Mike Spice Parrot.
No, it looks familiar. It looks kind of like the book in Kai's background. Interesting.
Yeah. You know, I took much better care of my book, Mad, than you did.
Fine. No.
Yeah.
It came to me bent. By the way, it came to me bent.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell I've read it a couple times because the spine is bended, or bent.
I guess zoom in.
Yeah, you're tearing it up. You're tearing it up.
Yeah.
I'm not tearing it up. It came like that. I thought he had it he bent it for me.
Did he open it? Did he sign it? Did he sign it?
No, it was dedicated to his mom or something. I'm like, that not even in here.
He got he ordered a copy off Amazon, not off my website, so he's
Oh, that's on you then. Anyways, we have a couple other people in the back.
Oh, that's right.
We gotta get on. Ladies and gentlemen, the always lovely and beautiful and very talented Reina Creole. How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys, especially since I got a new gaming chair. Thanks to my neighbors. This thing is awesome. I freaking love it.
Dude, I need a new gaming chair at some point. That'd be amazing. I need a gaming chair.
Black Friday, Amazon, stalk it.
Indeed.
Ooh.
And last but certainly not least, our Dick from the UK, Richard.
Yeah, I have to confront Kai a little bit because there's another Lionel that people probably don't know as well. Primarch of the Dark Angels also has great hair. Space Techno Knight who leads crusades across the galaxy. So
awesome.
Take your pick.
Oh, before I forget, Kai, is your book in digital now?
No, not yet. I was gonna do the formatting in InDesign, but I got some advice from writers, a couple of authors, to use a different program. So I'm gonna give that a shot, and I haven't done that yet. But I gotta get the ebook out.
Okay. Yeah, because as I'm lazy, I have all my books on my iPad. So.
All right, no worries. I'll get it out as soon as I can, just for you, Lorena.
Thank you. Gracias.
Nice. Well, let's say hi to the chat real quick. Generation Productions is here. Hello. Hey, y'all. What's up? Tina's also here. Good evening, friends. Good evening to you, Tina. Stone Cold Jeremy, thank you for the $5 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry you weren't there on Saturday for the Council of Jeremy's reunion. That was a lot of fun. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It was so much fun. Jeremy came on, D.A. Cobra himself. So
nice.
that was awesome. And he wasn't just there for like 2 minutes. He was there for like almost an hour, which was awesome. Good to see him again.
Cool.
He says, hello, everyone. Hope all have had a good week. Looking forward to another great show. Well, thank you so much, Stone Cold Jeremy. I greatly appreciate that. And hopefully you're having a great week as well. Runner Studios. It's so weird just to call you Runner. Hey, what's up, Runner? He says, hey, what is up? What is up, man? Yes, smash the like button. Indeed. Runner asks, why is that jerk Kai on the panel? You guys have beef or something?
No.
Yes.
We play Among Us together and stream together and stuff.
Oh. I gotcha.
So
He also has another complaint. Madmartigan is here 3rd time in a row. Yeah, he won't leave. He will never leave.
I mean, Mad doesn't have much going for him, but he's got one thing that's important: life experience.
I just feel like you just called me old, and like I bring nothing of value.
Well, I mean,
I'm
life
still glad we
experience.
kicked you out of
you
our
can
country.
you can take it that way if you want.
Jesus, you also just let's just not ignore the fact that you just did that Kermit the Frog kind of thing with your coat. Like, we're not going to ignore that. No,
I didn't even notice I did it.
He's jealous. I have a better British accent than he has. Like,
okay,
nailed it.
Matt, I have to say this, Matt. I have to say thank you for your service, sir. In light of yesterday.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much, Matt, for your service. We our country very much appreciates it. Richard is from the UK. He doesn't count, but
The only reason I have this is because I used one of my credits on Adobe. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to use it more than once. So
nice. Nice Culture Casino. That's a good one. I love it.
I like that one.
Love it.
I'm gonna thank Matt for all the terrible jokes and the dry humor. Yeah,
I think we all thank him for that. Or
the dry heaves. I thank him for the dry heaves. Thank you for the dry heaves. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna say hello to everyone else in here. Soul Assassin says, "Evening, y'all. Evening, Soul Assassin." The Toxic Twins themselves, the Toxic Australian twins, Sam
guys.
and Nick are here. What is up, guys? Great to see you here as always. Guess Cooper is jealous of Madmartigan. I can see that. YetiCast is here. Hey, everyone. Well, hey, YetiCast. It's so nice. So nice to see you here. And Lorena, you didn't have to do that. I thank you so much for the super sticker.
Yes, I do. I have to spread the love around since people have been hitting, my tip jar. So I get stuff to, support my channel. And then I take that money to support other content creators like you, Justin. So
I appreciate that. Well, are you on the road to get monetized yet?
Yes, I have 250 hours left.
All right. Well,
She's getting close.
After this, go and binge watch all of her streams on her channel and all of her videos. They're really good and they're a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, in her interview series, man, her lunch table, she's getting great people. Today was Storyman Jack. That was freaking awesome. She's got comics. Very impressive YouTuber was on it, and then also Matt's did make an appearance. Yeah, kind of.
And Albunos is on tomorrow.
Oh,
nice,
so cool. Nice. So cool. Yeah. And you know what? And tomorrow during my live stream, my pre-flight show, I'm going to definitely promote your watch hours and Jane's watch hours because you guys are so close. We need to get you there.
If I can say one thing, though, like not only use all of your screens to watch her stuff, but, go ahead and get into your neighbors and use theirs as well. I think if anybody is worthy of risking a B&E, I think it's Lorena. I think everybody.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's illegal. Weren't you a cop at one point?
Yeah, that's why I know what it is.
Yeah,
I love
imagine B&E.
Hold on, imagine the 911 call. Like, hi, I just got home and the door's open. There's no one here. My YouTube is playing. Who's Justin
on my
Crawford?
TV?
I broke into my house and started playing YouTube. Is anything missing? Not that I can tell.
No, nothing's gone. Nothing's gone. You just.
I got this Reina Creole lady on here. I got all these new subscribed. I'm subscribed to a bunch of people I don't know. What happened?
How do I say this? There's like 20 tabs.
What's going on, guys? Help! What's going on, Keely?
Someone broke in here.
Someone was here.
There you go. Doesn't sound that bad now, does it?
Thank you so much, Madmartigan, for the peach emoji. Very interesting. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I still don't know what it means. But
so when someone says that they can eat a peach,
what? Are you okay?
He can't say what he was going to say. He can't. Yeah,
censored himself.
Yeah.
No, it's too late. It's too late. Go for it.
Well, when someone says that they could eat a peach for hours,
gotcha. Oh my gosh, I do not hate Fat Steven Seagal. I do not. Fat Steven Seagal is awesome. We love you, Fat Steven Seagal.
Hey, assistant.
And Lorena loves you the most.
I've been missing Fat Steven. Fat Steven, I hope you were okay. I hope that he gets to be killed by me many times playing Among Us very soon.
Oh wow! Dang. I only played it once. Can't do it. I can't do it on my phone. But I also don't want to pay for it. I'm not ready yet. Just not ready.
It's $5. It's $5.
I want to.
I might try it this weekend. What
is it?
Among Us.
That's funny. I mean, when Blizzard said, I thought everybody had. Don't you all have phones? I thought. I mean, I guess they assumed phones that could actually play games, not whatever Proper has.
Oh yeah. Yeah, whatever this piece of crap is. What's up, Juggernaut? He says, I'm here, and we see you, Juggernaut. Very nice to see you. I don't think I've seen you around before, so it's very nice to see you here. It's very great. Welcome to the channel. Keck44 says, howdy. Howdy to you, Keck. Megazord Jeremy is also here. I am Megazord Jeremy, most powerful Jeremy of all the Jeremys with the combined powers of all Jeremys except proper Jeremy, who totally sold out.
It's true.
Oh, Jesus. How? I changed my name.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, we don't have Voltron Jeremy yet.
Yeah, that's true. So Megazord Jeremy's going to have to do for now. Yeah, very nice to see you, man. Did you catch the Council of Jeremys on Saturday? That was a lot of fun. I think I might have seen you in there, or you were lurking. But I think so. I'm just not 100% sure. There's a lot of Jeremys running around, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Toxic Man Flu says 2020 sucks. Yes, I agree. And by the way, welcome. 2020 sucks, but there's a new AC/DC album coming out tomorrow, so that makes me very happy.
Really?
That's
yep.
Cool.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I'm very much excited about that. Nick says that you look very comfortable in your new chair, and he's jealous.
Thank you. Well, he helped me buy it, so thank you.
Nice. Yes, I should do more videos. I should. I just have to sit down and have a day off and do all of them. Then I can, finally get some more content out there. That's probably like the one thing that I have to complain about, doing all this, is that it just takes a lot of time. Not everybody can do a one-take wonder. Not everyone's like that. Sometimes we have to edit it, and it's annoying. And my God, it tells you a little bit about yourself when you have to sit through and edit you. It's like the worst punishment of all.
Well, I mean, this might be breaching onto our first little segment, but I think that's the glory about live streams. When people fuck up, everybody sees it.
Oh yeah.
True.
Oh yeah. That's why you don't fuck up. But when you're by yourself, you just kind of ramble on and on. It's just like, yeah. So I totally understand. By the way, oh shoot, I think I might have skipped it. Cauldron Casino, thank you for the Doomicorn. I greatly appreciate that as always. I refuse to do the Doomicorn little Doom thing that Mary does. Luckily, I think we're gonna have her on next week. So
cool.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that. It's been a while since she's been on the channel.
Yeah,
the Queen of
nice.
Yep. And thank you, Rob. Entertainment and Star Wars, soon to be Rob Rules. Yes, I did. It says cool. cool, man. I greatly appreciate that. By the way, you have a link. Come on if you want. I was just talking to someone just today, and they were talking about how they really liked you on the show, and they like your accent, your like New York accent, and the way you talk.
New
so
York.
Come on. People like
Funny.
you. You have a fan base. What was that?
No, I said New York.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is an accent. I got a few. Pretty good at them too. Isn't that right, Richard?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm scared.
No.
New AC/DC album. I expect a proper review of it. I don't know if I will do that because it's not a music. I'm not a music channel. Also, yeah.
How would you review an album?
I don't know. Just
without getting struck to all hell.
Exactly. And I don't want my heart broken by AC/DC copywriting my stream. I would really, I honestly would be heartbroken. Puerto Rican Jeremy, good to see you again. Good to have you on the show. Sketch says, "How's it going, Papa?" It's going great. How are you doing, man? How you doing? Helix says AC/DC rocks. I agree. You already read that.
I mean,
you'd be an evil Dragon Zord, Jeremy. Huh.
I mean, you've got to be careful saying something is great because we used to say that about Star Wars as well.
No, I mean, look, I'll be honest about it, but I'm just, yeah, also known as Akadaka. Yeah. I don't understand that. That's really what they say. It's really what some Australians say. Is that not true? Is that not true?
I can understand the pronunciation of the letters leading to that.
Funny.
Yeah. The Atlantean, thank you so much for the super chat. Hail, here's to an excellent Friday the 13th tomorrow. Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to that as well. And Mad is going to have a nice stream tomorrow. So go ahead and check that out.
You say tomorrow, it's already here for me.
It's already Friday the 13th. The bad luck has already started.
I've got to be extra careful on this live stream because this day's just started.
It'll be midnight your time, by the way. Richard, if you want to join. Jason Voorhees, he's hosting the show.
That asshole.
Yeah. Well, huh?
I imagine he would just sit there quietly and not have anything to say the entire stream.
Lorena had Jason on her Florida stream. Not that long ago.
Jason came on.
Did he say anything?
Yeah, he said a whole bunch.
He said a lot. He had a lot of insight. Because we did a whole thing about horror movies filmed in Florida, and Jason had a lot of feedback.
Nice
and observations.
Hail, rookie critic Jeff. Very good to see you here, man. The ad on this video was a baby lifting weights. What?
Really?
Really? That's very fitting. That's very fitting for this. Thank you for letting me know. I'm always curious what ads are running on my channel, and I'm very surprised when what certain ads are running on other people's channels, like Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy had a video about complaining about Bob Iger's book, and there was a master class by Bob Iger ad that was playing over it. Like,
oh yeah, I've had that advert.
It was hilarious. Oh my god, Sam! Thank you for the $10 Australian. That's so nice of you. You didn't have to do that. He says, "Have some money." Thank you, Sam. And a koala. That's so nice. Does he include the koalas now?
I mean, those things are
nice.
Those things are like cats. They might look cute, but they'll eat you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they're playing the long con. Like, I don't know what they're planning, but they're planning something. They're coming from Australia.
I don't know. And high on eucalyptus all day.
Nice. Hey, Raging Rhino.
Hey, Raging Rhino.
We have a few Aussies here in the chat. Usually, a lot of times they're asleep, but I'm very glad that you're here, Raging Rhino. We should have you on sometime. It'd be fun. It'd be really fun.
I mean, what time would it be over there?
I don't know.
5, 7 o'clock.
Something like that. All right. Well, we've spent a lot of time talking to everybody. It's been like 20 minutes. This is what usually happens. I usually try to hit up everybody before we really get into it. But let's start with some bullshit. And this actually was really interesting. What's up, Theme Park Casual? Didn't want to miss you there. Thank you for coming in for a little bit. Oh, it's 11 a.m. Interesting. Wow. That's not early at all.
They have some weird. Yeah, they have weird time zones. They have like 3 time zones, and like one of them's like a half an hour difference or something. Is that true?
No.
Yeah.
That's how it is in India. It's like I think 8 hours and a half. It's
They can't
weird.
decide if they want to be 1 hour or the other, so they just split the difference.
Yeah,
This aggravate me on telecoms.
Generation Production says 10:51. So yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah, there's a weird.
That's so weird.
Y'all are nut bar. Y'all are nut bar.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nutcases.
I could understand it though if it's like one time zone, just like on the sliver of the coast, but it's not enough. For
all right,
I'm
just gonna say this right now. I don't want to talk about Australian time zones right now. But anyways, we're gonna start off the bullshit with our first article, which is a Stieg Kenobi type pun. Romaine Calm, Florida man accused of lashing out at fast food workers over a lack of lettuce. He reportedly wanted it on his sandwich. He did not get it, so he decided to lash out and got arrested for that.
It's Orlando. Oh, Largo. Bad. Oh, God.
You know people there?
I know of Largo. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always wonder. I always try to find at least one Florida man story because, of course, Lorena is here.
I appreciate that.
I like the image how you've got it. The top of his head looks like he's maybe mid-30s, but then when you scroll down, and then you see his beard.
Yeah, it's amazing how chins work. Like
that beard instantly adds 20 years.
Oh my
it does.
God.
It does. I'm glad you're focusing on the beard, though. Oh God,
crazy.
Pinellas County, outside of Tampa. Okay.
Right. Okay. But we also have a lot of BS. Oh my God, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know. There is no transition for this. But there is this botched statue that a restoration statue in Spain, and it really was a terrible job. Look at it. This is.
Oh my God! It's like Picasso.
Some people say it even looks like Donald Trump. I don't see that. I don't really.
Maybe the hair.
I do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's like one of those.
But I guess
it's like one of those weird artistic takes on.
Yeah,
it's like a Picasso of Donald Trump, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's. I don't think of Donald Trump when I see this, but I do think somebody totally effed up.
Yeah, a little bit.
This isn't a new thing.
What did it look like before?
I don't know. I was trying to. Now it's called the potato head of Palencia.
It looks horrible.
It does kind of look like Mr. Potato Head.
I mean, so supposedly everything gets better the more we progress.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, this isn't new though, man. Like all over Italy, like
it does, Sam. It does look like the Scream.
But
yeah,
like,
it really
they
does.
keep doing this to all this art. Like they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna make it look great, and then it turns out to be shit. And they're like,
know what, that
okay,
kind of reminds
not
me
next
of,
time.
It reminds me of how you guys remember back in the day when they used to release full screen versions of movies, and they would literally chop up the film.
Yeah,
and present it like you're missing half of the screen. Like 30% of the screen, and then because you don't want the little black bars on your TV, all because of that. Such a stupid thing. Or even like when they used to color in black and white films, ridiculous. You're literally ruining it. I feel like this lady going completely insane. Just like, no, why would you do that?
I mean. We should have seen this coming after 2020.
Yeah, I've seen it coming because this is like the 5th or 6th story I've seen about someone messing up a piece of piece of art.
It's 2020. All art is trash these days.
True. Yeah. They're just jealous. Yeah. So they got to mess up the great works of art.
Well, you know what? This has nothing to do with art whatsoever. However, it does involve almost not as damaging, but just it doesn't look very good. Anthony Scaramucci, our good friend who only didn't even last 2 weeks in the White House, says, "Thank you, Joe Biden, for developing a COVID-19 vaccine. Donald Trump had 4 years to do it and couldn't." Anthony,
the butthurt is strong with this one, ain't it?
I'm going to.
COVID-19 didn't exist 4 years ago.
I'm going to.
No wonder he fired your ass. You're an idiot,
dumbass.
Yeah, I with a tweet like that, I'm kind of not surprised he only lasted 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
Oh, Megazord Jeremy said, "I bet an SJW made the statue." Hey, Rob, how you doing?
What's up, everyone? How are you?
Hey,
we're doing
great. How are you?
Hey, Rob.
Sorry I'm a little late. I get home from work and you go on like just as I'm walking in the door, so I just got to try to get some stuff done. So I apologize for being late.
Oh no,
no worries.
No, you're fine. You are here, and that we love.
Yes.
What do you
I'm
think
here. You're there. That's all that's important.
Indeed. You're somewhere. You. So what do you think of this beautiful restoration? This piece
I
of
think
art.
I drew that in high school. I think that was mine.
I think a 4-year-old could do a better job at this.
It's possible. Hold on, let me ask my daughter Maya. Can you draw this? What do you think? Can you draw that? No.
No.
There you go.
Don't sell yourself short.
I mean, it looks like one of my Warhammer figures before I've actually started carving it.
Oh God. And then we, of course, talked about our friend Anthony. So there's that. This was very interesting. So Reuters had this video that said Hillary Clinton speaks at Georgetown University webinar. As you can see, does this look like Hillary Clinton? Be honest.
No, it looks like
Maybe
Hillary's looking a little rough these days. I don't know.
maybe 10 years from now. Maybe.
I'm
In the future.
Girl, no.
I mean, if Hillary Clinton was cosplaying as the Wicked Witch of the West, maybe.
Oh God,
This does not look like Hillary.
it really doesn't. It's kind of embarrassing, but it reminded me of this old story from way back when. Let me see if I can bring it up. If you remember this, I don't know who did a worse job.
What's wrong? What? I think he looks good.
Dang, I never saw that.
Oh!
I like this.
I didn't know Kevin Hart could run.
I wouldn't put it past them. Short people tend to be really fast in short distances.
I remember that. That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Oh,
Usain Bolt turned into Kevin Hart. I couldn't help myself. Guys. It just was too easy. Too easy.
Low hanging fruit there.
And it also, you know what's coming next. It gives me an excuse to do this.
We don't all look alike. Father, you're exactly all black and famous. You are guilty. I am guilty.
Next question.
Not
I love that.
any excuse to play it. I will play it.
I mean,
oh, let's see what else happened in the news. Oh yeah, this freaking moron forgot to switch his alt account. He said, "I am a."
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh my God, this guy! Oh my
I didn't know he had an alt.
Oh my God!
I'm a black gay guy, and I can personally say it.
I mean, if I'm just gonna say it. If he's a black guy, Sean Young can have Sean Young's got to run for his money.
Now this doesn't look so bad, huh?
Hey, look, man.
Oh my!
He's about as black as John King. I'm just.
It didn't even occur to me that he forgot to switch to his alt account. I was like, "What is wrong with?"
I didn't
this
know
guy?
that. Yeah, I was like,
Oh, man.
he's really taking a bold stand here.
Yeah,
All the
seriously.
bases.
Dumb.
Oh my goodness.
Dumb.
Look, I love how his background says common sense solutions.
He's a blue check.
Yes.
Blue check doofus. Well,
I'll-
they hand those out like a bag of chips.
I was born a poor black child.
Yes.
And I worked my way to be a conservative white Christian man, and you can.
Oh Jesus.
Man.
I will
I'm
never
still not sure.
understand.
I'm still not sure if this counts as whitewashing or not.
Well, you know what? If Sean King can pretend that he's black,
That's
aka
what I'm saying.
Talcum X, why not this dude?
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Right. What's up, Karen Prime?
Hey, Karen.
Even Karen Prime says, "What a tool!"
Oh, man.
Wow, we even have Karen Prime agreeing about this. That says a lot. That says a lot. But geez, I think this one that was pretty bad. But this is just something else. Let's go check it out here. This is shout out to Jessie Milestone, by the way. She's a good friend of mine. Tweeted this out. He said, most rigged election in the history of this country. I'm moving to Alaska, where they know how to not get someone like Sleepy Joe in charge of their country.
Oh, damn.
And somebody replied saying, good, if you don't like it, leave. Ain't that what you told them 4 years ago? Jesus. How Alaska's
okay, you know what? It's bad enough Americans get a bad rap about not knowing world geography, but at least know where your own damn states are for your country. I'm just saying.
Listen to me, all of you.
Maybe he should.
We have a great life here in Alaska, and we're never going back to America again.
Maybe he should move to Puerto Rico. He'll be right there. You know.
I wish I could say it wasn't real. It was a joke. No. There's too good. You know, I don't know who's stupider. Who's stupider, the guy who said this or the person who replied and went along with it?
They both belong on the stupid train. I'll put it that way.
Who's further up in the stupid train?
I want to say the person who replied because you could have clowned them about Alaska is in the same country, but no, they couldn't figure that part out.
Oh my God!
I mean, operating on the same playing field. They're both right here.
I'm just going to assume that the bottom one's probably a social justice warrior, and to them, the places outside the big cities don't exist anyway. So,
well, they don't because of the vampires during the 30 Days of Night. Like, that's what they do. They go in and they take out the little towns.
Did I do that? I will fix that immediately. My bad.
What do you do?
I guess I accidentally blocked somebody. Shoot, I don't really block too many people. Shit.
Whoops.
My bad.
That's improper. That's improper.
Sorry.
Hold on.
My bad. My bad. Improper. My bad, dude.
Hold on, Justin, because you did something similar to me. Like, I saw that you followed me today. I'm pretty sure we were already following each other.
I don't think I was.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's change that too.
No, you did it. That's how I caught it.
No, I'm following you.
Now
already.
You did that today.
I guess no. I think I was looking at one of your tweets and I just realized, I didn't follow him yet.
I was doing some stuff with Proper at the time. It was a surprise to both of us, to be honest. But I don't know. I've kind of noticed that before. It almost feels like Twitter will have people unfollowed from time to time.
Yeah,
kind of like what YouTube does.
That happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Terminus, I forgot what your Twitter handle is. So I'll take care of that after the show. My bad. Okay, so
he's never gonna do it.
I ain't going to Alaska. Not after the gray. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
One of my favorite movies.
It was really good. 30 Days of Night sequel where vampires fight. Yeah, okay. That's pretty good.
I'm sure Alaska's lovely this time of year.
It's not.
Is it?
I don't know.
No, it's Alaska.
It's winter.
It's too
I know.
freaking cold.
Now,
By the
for this
way-
last part, go ahead.
I was going to ask when you're done with this. I had to ask Richard something, but I'll wait until you're done.
Oh, this will be interesting.
Okay.
People
so we
don't normally
some-
have questions for me. I'm excited now.
So we know about there's been a lot of controversy with the election. For some reason, people still think that Biden still hasn't won, and there's been an update on this, and we're going to play this today.
And some new reporting on something that we talked about at the top of the hour, how the Trump administration is handling the transition with the incoming Biden team, or not handling it, we should say, to a certain extent. This time, it involves our intelligence community. Ken, what have you learned, sir? Oh, shit.
What?
That's the joy of that's the joy of live streams, ladies and gentlemen.
Always assume the mic is hot.
Ken, what have you learned, sir? Oh, shit. Fuck.
I love how he's looking down too. What do you think is going on here, guys?
Well, he's looking at his phone.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And, he got something there and he says,
phone. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what Daddy's looking at.
You can see him checking it like
He's
before
not
that.
tubing. He's not tubing.
Well, we know he's not tubing it, but maybe there's someone else
Cuddle.
there.
I was trying to do it, but you kept talking. I'm like, I'll let him keep speaking. I'll wait until he's done. Fucking.
Would you want to say? Would you want to say Mad?
No, he already took it. It was the
the tubing.
Yeah.
Maybe his maybe his wife was divorcing him. I don't know. Maybe.
Stop being what, Karen?
I'm just. Why is he looking at his phone? Shouldn't they have like a professional script for that kind of thing?
He's not looking at his phone, guys.
Oh my god.
Do I have to spell it out? Yeah, he was getting a blowjob on air.
No, I think what it is.
Was he not?
No.
Maybe looking at
no.
Like
Are you sure?
on an app.
I mean, if that guy's getting a blowjob while he's doing that call, I would hate to play against him in poker.
Yeah, because it sounds like something bad happened. He doesn't sound in pleasure. His face doesn't show that. He sounds more like like he's cursing, like, oh my god, something happened. That's what I'm getting.
He literally
a bit of bad news that he wasn't expecting.
It's literally he just looks down and gets the text message you never want to hear.
Oh shit!
It's your baby.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Because there's a delay too.
It could be a number of things. I'm surprised you guys were very clean about this. But we do have an answer though. He basically said, if it will load up. So sorry for the profanity used on air last hour. I was experiencing some technical difficulties and mistakenly hung up on the control room. Though my mic still was on, perils of playing producer, cameraman, and tech support all at the same time from home. Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't know if I believe that, though.
No, I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see anything really nefarious. And
on a scale,
that's not the news he got. The news he got was, having to do with they were finding some things that he didn't want found because he was talking about intelligence stuff.
I mean, he was not at the computer, so why? He clearly had a separate camera to whatever it was he was looking at.
I was thinking maybe he got his test results like his chlamydia. Not bad enough to it's like a life thing, but like shit, I'm gonna have to get these shots. I gotta start calling people. What am my wife gonna like? You know what I mean? Like nothing too serious, but
well, put this way, let's try to analyze this. Who is he, first of all?
Just a dude. Like he's
a dude.
There.
He's just a jag.
Okay, because I thought maybe if he was representing one of the parties and they were putting him on the spot, maybe he wasn't ready or something like that. It could have been like, oh man, that blowing me up. I wasn't ready for this.
I don't know.
I mean, he's on MSNBC, so it would be Democrat. Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm not too concerned about it. But let's go into the first topic because we're almost 40 minutes in. Jesus.
Oh, wait. Could I ask?
What?
Would it be okay if I asked Richard? Okay.
Go ahead.
So this was pertaining to last week, but I had to go, and I cover this topic a lot lately. It's been with Johnny Depp and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was brought up about
I've seen your videos.
Thank you. So it was about the UK, and we were talking about this live stream. Are they older tradition with judges and the like? Is it still, because you guys have the Queen, is it very still old fashioned? Is that respected in the UK? Is that safe to say that? Because we were trying to figure it out. Because the judge had a wig on, they had the Queen there, the princes. So we were going that route because we didn't agree with the verdict. I know it's a little off, but last week you were talking about it. And I really wanted to get deep into it, but I didn't get the chance. So I figured who better to go to than to ask you, Richard.
I can't be sure, but I think it depends on the court, because obviously the situation with Johnny Depp went all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't surprise me that. I mean, it kind of surprises me that the royal family had representatives there. Because, I mean, personally, I would have thought that kind of thing, for lack of a better term, would be beneath them. Because I
don't mean they were there. We were trying to figure out, like the, with your traditions in the UK. Is it more old-fashioned?
I mean, it kind of is. I mean, the legal system over here and over in America, I mean, it's similar because they both have the same origins, but they've moved in slightly different directions over the years.
This is
being old-fashioned, I wouldn't say as such. I mean, what happened with Johnny Depp? I mean, we've seen what happened with Johnny Depp. We've seen it with Vic Mignogna, with Star Trek Continues. It's the exact same thing. Both sides of the pond. Both people got screwed over. It's annoying.
Yeah, and Johnny Depp is out of that stupid fucking Fantastic Beast movie. So.
Yeah, except he got a $10 million payday for doing one scene.
Who's the real winner now? He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Well, but hopefully he
got cleared
because he got scammed out of a bunch of money from his manager, right? Or something like that.
I think it was his accountant. I think his accountant. Yeah, he said I have to look into it more, but he said he lost $650 million.
What?
Yeah. And I'm telling you, people think this is just like another celebrity case, but this is what drew me into it. And because of my past history of, I kind of fall in that, I do fall in that domestic violence category. And it drew me in to see another man was victimized by this, even though the courts disagree, and I totally disagree with the court's ruling. So to see what I've witnessed from him, this was from last week. I just wish I could have got this in. I apologize for taking any time, but I just wanted to say, I think the verdict was totally horrible. It was based on hearsay. He said that his accountant screwed up his income taxes, and he owes like $650 million or something like that. And I was like, oh my God. So he got buried.
That's what happened. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So he's gotten buried, and this woman just buried him, just threw him like under a bus. And I think this verdict was totally unfair. For the overwhelming amount of evidence, I cannot see how. That's why I was asking Richard about the judge, if he was old-fashioned. I saw he had this like wig on. Maybe he's thinking like 1940s here, because the world's changed. The world's changed.
I mean that is kind of the for lack of a better term, formal attire of the judge over here. But I mean, there's really not a great deal of difference.
Right. All right. Well, that was fun to venture off on.
It's just over here. We like our ceremony.
Yeah. But that news pissed me off too. Kai, what have you thought of that whole situation? I know you haven't really got too much of a chance to talk yet.
No, that's fine. It's been a great conversation. So, and oh my God, some of those stories are hilarious. I think it was total BS. I thought it was going to be a landslide for Johnny Depp, but the judge literally said, "I acknowledge this, and I'm ignoring it, and I'm going with what she said." Like,
Yeah, because he's a freaking trash panda.
Yeah. So Johnny's appealing. He's gonna appeal. Good. He should. But even other people in law in the UK have said that that was a totally bullshit decision. They've never seen a judge just outright ignore a mountain of evidence like that and testimony and all that stuff. So maybe there was something shady going on under tables, you know.
Well, if I could say, we have seen a judge ignore a crap ton of evidence before in a case like this, and it happened with Vic Mignogna and Judge Chup over in Texas. So it's annoying. Sometimes you just get a horrible judge. I mean, that's just the way the system works, unfortunately. Which is thankfully why there's an appeal system.
By the way, going on to our first topic, that was nice to kind of talk about that a little bit. I kind of forgot about that story. So has everyone seen the 2 new episodes of The Mandalorian so far?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Kai, you haven't?
I don't watch The Mandalorian.
You don't care then?
I'm saying
I saw the first episode and it was underwhelming, so I just didn't watch more.
Okay, well, we're gonna have fun with this then, and let's. I mean, have you heard much about it though? I don't want to ruin.
Oh yeah, I've heard all the stuff about it. I don't care. You can go to Spoiler City. It's all good.
Okay, then we shall journey onto there then.
By the way, before we jump into that, hi Rob, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man. Nice to meet you.
You guys are both. You seem like nice guys so far. Oh, Kai, Rob, I know you're a good guy. So
thanks.
I'm glad you guys getting along. You're getting along so well.
Hey, Kai, what do you usually say to Runner?
Shut up, Runner.
That's what we all kind of say.
Yeah,
that's what we want to say. No, I'm kidding. We love you, Runner. Please don't get angry at us.
Yeah, hey, Runner.
Yeah. So there was a very controversial moment on the last Mandalorian episode where Baby Yoda was eating a lot of these frog eggs. There's like a frog alien that's in the show. That's literally just the whole entire second episode was literally just like, oh, you got to do this, and then he just takes this. Her name is literally in the subtitles, Frog Lady. Mandalorian takes Frog Lady.
Okay, so they were so lazy they couldn't even write a name for it.
No,
it's called Frog Lady in the subtitles.
I mean, what
Yes.
are we getting to Star Trek Discovery levels now, where they don't even name their characters?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
they just named it Frog Lady. I looked it up. That actually is the name they gave of the character.
That's so
it's extraordinarily lazy.
But Star Wars, we like the fact that the aliens have, names like Bosk, like Greedo,
Right, I'm telling you,
Dr. Mandible.
They put a poster for the Mandalorian, and it says Frog Lady. There's no name for the character.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It really is.
I will say,
that's lazy.
Baby Yoda
horrible.
I'm just gonna say, Baby Yoda has a very disturbing obsession with eating frogs because they did it in season 1 too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess
swallow that damn thing whole.
He's an alien. At least they're being original. They're
doesn't
trying
mean
to do
it's
something,
That doesn't. It might be an alien, but that doesn't mean the child's a savage.
Exactly. He's just eating it. What would aliens eat? I mean,
and
look,
plus, it's supposed to be like a baby, and what do babies and little kids like to do? Put every
frog eggs
thing in their mouth.
Frog eggs, yeah.
Frog egg, yeah. Anything.
So I know children under 3 are allowed to play with certain toys.
Yeah.
They're going to choke on it. They're just going to eat everything.
Like, can I eat it? Or pretty much it's, can I eat this? Can I chew this? He decided I'm going to eat it. Yep.
That's a good picture of that.
And I knew that's exactly what he was going to freaking do.
Great picture.
I do love frog legs, Gilk, man.
Really?
I actually do. Actually, well, I'll just be honest. They're kind of like chicken legs, but they just don't have any flavor, which kind of sucks.
I know. I see them in Louisiana all the time. They have frog legs. I don't order them, but people.
Yeah, you put the right spices on them, little Trinity. Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah,
you know.
like eater nuggets.
That child is a goddamn green demon. It literally murders children. it murders children.
If I could jump in real quick, thank you. So when my girlfriend and I were watching it, when he first goes up to the container or whatever, and he does like this thing, she goes, "Oh, he's boiling them, like he's cooking the eggs right now," because that's what it looks like. Like he's just holding up, and it's like force stuff. You know what I mean? And then he gets to eat them. What would you do before you have eggs? You would boil them, right, to make them better. So these eggs are useless anyways because you already boiled them like 2 days earlier.
Well,
what's boiling exactly?
What
boiling? I'm from East Texas. I know this.
What?
Boiling.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Boiling eggs. Sorry, Matt had the same accent that my grandma from Mississippi had, so I knew exactly
I guarantee she is a great lady.
Yes, she is.
Excellent.
By the way, thank you, Gilkman, for the $4.99 super chat. Thomas is one of the most amazing people in this community. He's probably one of the most supportive people. I'm slightly disappointed that you did not say Justin sucks, go subscribe to Josiah or something like that. But you do have a great message here. He says, "Hail, much love to all. Pedro makes everyone look bad. Not every Republican is a Nazi, and not every Democrat is a horrible person. Labels suck."
I hate. This is going to be controversial, but I'll explain myself. I actually love Pedro because Disney was trying so goddamn hard to get the Mandalorian to work, and he just comes in and ruins everything. He might be an asshole, but I love him for that one thing.
Like that method, right?
I had not thought about that perspective. That's incredibly positive. I love it.
Yeah.
For some reason, he first he was complaining, "Oh, I had to wear a helmet. I want to take it off," and there was rumors he was leaving because of the helmet. Now he's comparing people to Nazis, and I don't know, man.
I almost want to play. No, I just think I forgot about the costume thing.
But
like, it's too hot. Poor me. Like,
he's such a diva here.
Did you hear what he did to My Nerdy Home though?
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that a little later, but we're gonna, but look. Disney Lucasfilm actually did respond to this whole controversy. I guess I'm not entirely sure why a lot of people were upset. I just thought it was gross and uncomfortable a bit.
I thought it was gross. The problem
that
literally says Frog Lady. God,
yeah, because that's her name.
I told you, I'm not lying to you.
Your showrunner sucks. Whoever's the showrunner, they suck.
She's not so great at counting.
That's what I said watching this. I said, when is she going to realize the count is off and she's ready to beat somebody's ass? That's what I was waiting for, and it never freaking happened.
And just turning. People are upset that they're turning Baby Yoda into a villain and playing off something that Frog Lady would doubtless find upsetting and horrifying as a joke. Like that's the thing with that. It's just like, yeah, that's really messed up. I understand you're a child and everything, but you're eating like, and what they explain in the show is that she uses this droid to communicate, and she says, "Me and my husband are the last of our species. We're trying to repopulate our species and not go extinct." And here Baby Yoda is just eating all of them. He's just eating all of them.
He's cooking them.
Can I cook it? I mean, I hate to sort of bring up. I hate to reopen old wounds, but the Frog Lady's really bad at counting. Did Dan and Dave act as the showrunners for this episode? I thought they'd left Lucasfilm.
I guess their stink rubbed off over here on Lucasfilm, because that was a plot point where I'm just like, you're not gonna revisit that. You're not gonna revisit that a mother wouldn't know how many eggs she has.
Oh, agreed.
In her defense, like a lot of parents, once they have like 3 kids, like they're gonna forget one of them. Back in the day, like back in the 1800s, like people would have as many kids as possible, so they could always have people working on the farm, knowing that 2 or 3 of them are gonna die. You don't even name them until they're at least 7. That's just how it is sometimes. That's how it is with
Yeti cast.
You're not dead yet. Oh, Oh man, that's awful.
He wanted to excel in life. Oh my God, generation. Boo.
Hang on.
I honestly,
Wait, hang on.
What?
Those eggs are meant to be unfertilized. Why are there embryos inside them?
It's a good question.
If it's that
there could be there could be
they did say
there could be nucleic material in there.
Yeah, I thought that they were unfertilized, that she had to get them to her husband to get them fertilized. But what I didn't like Baby Yoda continuing to like eat them, although it was comic relief. But it should have been that as soon as he ate one, there should have been some major consequences for that from the frog lady, not the ice spider, but the frog lady.
Yeah, and causing tension would have caused, it would have made it a better story.
Oh yeah,
but
a
maybe,
much better story.
Maybe they go into this episode with that tension because she was holding the canister, looking at him like, "Don't you dare come near these," And,
at the end.
So maybe
like near the end of it, it's this whole episode was so slow.
How do we know that when they land, that she and her husband are actually out to get him? Like, we don't know if maybe when he land, it's the whole thing's a trap, Like, everybody's thinking,
but that's something that they should have put in the episode. That's what I'm saying. Now, what you're saying, Rob, actually would have been a really, really good plot tension point, but they didn't ratchet it up to that point.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Yeti? What the fuck, Yeti? What the fuck was that?
I was thinking of that. I got one in my pocket.
He says, once you pop, you just can't stop. And he also said there's a mysterious extra special flavor when eating the last of a species.
Like Cajun spice, right?
Right.
I mean, to be honest, listen, number one, when they're a kid. Even though he's 50 years old, he's a kid, whatever. And the second thing is, like, I agree with you. I was saying to myself as I was watching, why wasn't the mother? Because listen, obviously when a woman has a kid, she's very protective of her young. Even animals, forget it. What's the first thing they do? They'll attack anybody who comes near their young. So I'm surprised that there wasn't something where she maybe went after him. I would have thought, like, wow,
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, I mean to sort of go on to that point. I mean, animals in the wild, they'll even abandon the older child in order to protect the newborn.
Yep.
Guys, you're missing the bigger point. He's the whole reason that you ended up with a bunch of ice spiders attacking him in the first place, because he went to town on a spider egg in the frickin' thing while they were, having a little, hot tub time with the eggs.
We were wasting our time in the fucking jacuzzi.
Instead of, re-welding the frickin' hull, which obviously he was capable of doing to begin with, because we put the hull back together after the frickin' X-Wing pilots, and Dave Filoni treated us to his just wonderfulness.
His freaking cameo. I was like,
I don't care about this dude.
You know what? I actually looked at like, by the way, Dave Filoni made a cameo as an X-Wing fighter. I had to blink and like look back at a second because I thought it was Ryan Johnson at first. Like, I just heard him talk for a second. I was like, wait, that's not him.
They have a special little kind of voice that's kind of all like squeaky and stuff.
This is going to get Lorena when I tell you that Lorena, Dave Filoni actually has a name. His name is Trapper Wolf, but there's Frog Lady and Trapper Wolf. So go figure.
God. Trap a
lazy showrunner.
Listen, as far as like the X-Wing pilots, because like as a cop, I'm watching them fly up and they're like, "You got warrants and this and shit."
Yeah.
Like, where are you gonna put him if you're gonna take him to jail? Is he sitting in your lap?
Well, I mean,
that's a good question.
I mean, it worked in the trailer for the Star Wars Christmas special, the Lego one. Apparently, the cockpits of those X-Wings are pretty roomy.
Well, wait. In Empire Strikes Back, remember he had the cloud cars? So it is possible that they could have escorted him somewhere, and they would have assumed that he just followed along.
The ship was broken. Wait, and by the way, last time they tried to escort him anywhere, he flew off. Like at some point, you're gonna have to put him in the back of your X-Wing. Like, I don't know, like use like the ties, like the elastic ones. No, the elastic one. Yeah. It gets time on the back of the X-Wing, gets flying in the atmosphere. It's so dumb. Listen, one last thing, because I'm finally in this. The lack of creativity is disturbing for this show. You had
especially this episode. This was a new low.
Horrible. You had Frog Lady. You had Dr. Mandible.
Mandible.
Yeah, Mandible. Something like
Dr. Mandible. The ant.
I didn't know there were doctors in space.
First, doctors that are ants, by the way, that are giant ants.
Have a gambling problem as well.
Listen.
Listen, they're coming up with a show.
It was an excuse to go back to the cantina. Like, remember this? Like, we already got that.
I don't remember an ant.
I hate to be that person, but the giant ant you're talking about. I mean, Star Wars does have creatures like that, though they likely weren't used in the expanded universe anyway. But they likely weren't used anything like what they're being represented as in this episode.
Right, but I'm saying, like, by the way, did so much they could take from. They decide to go with a frog lady and an ant.
And also, some of the puppetry on Baby Yoda looked really bad.
Oh, it looked really bad.
Running, it was like
more CG.
Yeah, wobbling.
More CG. Yeah.
The only thing I'll defend is that, remember, he did say it was really freezing cold. So the only reason that, logically thinking, if you find something warm and you have these eggs, you're like, damn, they're going to die unless I do something. So I won't knock the bathtub thing. That's the only thing I would knock, because I would think I would do that too. If I'm worried about my kids, I'd be like, I got to keep them warm somehow.
So I was not comfortable with her being naked. No, but listen, like, by the way, in the worst part about that whole scene with Dr. Mandible, whatever, is that the story had ended.
Mr. Ant guy.
Look, the story had ended.
Ant-Man.
He had no more leads, right, to where to find a Mandalorian. And he comes up and she's like, "Oh, you're in luck. This random ant person that I'm playing cards with, he knows." And so he gets the information, and then he's like, "Well, they're gonna meet you at the hangar in like 10 minutes." How? He hasn't talked to his source. How does he know that he's going to be willing to show up? What is happening in this show? It is just
I think
it was rushed.
It could be great if it was like a really sort of deliberate con job and they're just leading the Mandalorian around on these wild goose chases in the story, but I don't think they're doing that.
I don't think so either. It's just one random little side quest after another, and this is the same. I like the first episode. I'm like, hey, at least we had a full story. It was close to an hour long. I liked that. I want hour-long episodes. I don't want 30-minute little specials. Fuck that. No, I want a longer, more self-contained episode each time. I don't want just a little fraction of a story. That's why I was upset with the first two episodes last season, because I thought it should have been one episode. That was one episode.
It is a monster of the week show now. Every week we're gonna have a new monster. By the way, let me ask you this: how much progress was done to the actual story arc?
Okay, hold on.
Zero.
Okay,
and they didn't even accomplish their goal within this episode.
Wait, hold on.
Crap, I muted myself. It was a filler episode.
Yes,
and this is episode 2.
And episode 1 was filler.
We have to fill our 8 episode quota.
Episode 1 was filler, and it was boring. I was expecting for Moff Gideon to be on the Mandalorian's ass, and they were supposed to be on the run, and you didn't get any sense of urgency from that whatsoever. You think maybe they'll do it in the second one? No, they didn't do it there either. We just get this episode that's a mashup of Harry Potter, aliens, and Starship Troopers.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Chamber of Secrets. I thought it was alone.
If they're smart and they had
and cops, that's right, and cops.
I'm telling you, if they suckered everybody to believe in this, and later on they do what I say, you guys are going to be telling me like, "Oh my God, Rob, we apologize. We should have."
I believe it completely.
Well, I find out tomorrow if anything else.
I think it's a huge setup. That's what I think. I think that these things get set up.
I should not have to wait half the season to be like, oh, I retroactively enjoy those other episodes.
Thank you.
I should enjoy them when I see them.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're supposed to blow
honestly-
my socks off with that season opener, and it didn't happen.
It's great. Oh my god, that character was so awesome.
Which character?
I liked it too.
Well, the character was awesome, but the episode is just like not
The
for a
chef, the
season
marshal.
opener. No, further down the line, okay, but not for a season opener. I was bored as hell.
I have yet to be entertained by this season of Mandalorian. I have only found 4 episodes of this show acceptable.
Which
And
ones?
4 of them in season 1 because
Yeah.
even and the biggest problem is the Boba Fett stuff in the first episode of
Yep.
season 2.
Oh yeah.
Which was not anywhere close to the way things went down with Boba Fett's armor. So I'm still kind of mad.
That's a setup. I'm telling you.
Well,
It's a setup.
even if, hold on, here's the thing. Even if if you're setting things up in a story, you can do it and maintain momentum, maintain an entertainment value while you're setting things up. You can even set things up without the viewer or reader even realizing you're doing it if you do it right. And that's good writing when you can do that. Bad writing is when you you just dump a bunch of information in a big brick, or when you just do very boring setup stuff because you have to, but it doesn't move anything forward. We don't learn anything. It's not entertaining. You gotta keep it, at least, especially in a TV show. You have to keep it entertaining. And
you're an author, so you would know about how to write a story. You can probably do a better job than these people are.
But I wanted to jump in. I had a moment where I had something to contribute.
Sorry, yeah.
There's easy ways to fix episode 1. Easy. Like when he shows up to town, and then all of a sudden it just happens to show up, right before the monster comes up. The graboid, or that thing
worm
came
that
up.
was supposed to be a dragon.
The dune worm. You mean?
Yeah.
The
not the
graboid.
Not the crate worm, which actually, or the crate dragon, which actually has legs that didn't have legs in this episode.
At least they name it.
It's a simple fix.
They misnamed it.
If I could pose 2 questions. How many episodes are there in the season?
8.
How many episodes have we had so far?
2.
We are 1/4 through the season. We have not moved the story forward 1 iota.
We'll see tomorrow if it moves at all. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see the other characters. I want to see Gina Carano again.
I shouldn't have to wait 2 episodes for this to happen.
They're coming. Listen, they're coming in episode 4. That you'll see.
Carl
Gina
Weathers
Carano.
is
That's
directing
way
it.
too freaking late.
Because
That's
well,
way
you know what?
too
He's
late.
directing episode 4. Carl Weathers. He even said it. So he said, "I'm directing that episode. That's why I love my episodes." So you will see them, and they're going to be in episode 4.
Oh, thank goodness! We God forbid a TV show shows their side characters that are important to the plot.
Well, I gotta wait for another
That's all
boring-ass
this show is.
episode
But
for
that's all the
something
show
else to
is.
happen.
The show is only side characters, right, Lorena?
Yeah,
That's all we
only.
get. Yeah. They're because let me tell you, the performance of Pedro Pascal has left much to be desired. He was very good in Game of Thrones playing
And in
that
Narcos.
character, and he was amazing in Narcos, the Galmot production that aired on Netflix, right? But he in this particular show, this sucks rocks, and it's not because you can't see his face. It's because of the narrative direction that's been taken. Now, I can't blame this on Favreau. Favreau is trying to give us something that looks and feels like Star Wars, right? The problem is it doesn't have the story that goes along with that, and I think that's what Mad was just trying to say. So,
And I'm sorry, Culture. I mean,
no, please.
I was going to say to add to that, because I've said this on other streams. Whoever the showrunner is, it's the showrunner's job to make sure that those episodes have a theme throughout the season from the start through the end. And it's obvious that whoever the showrunner is, they don't know what the hell they're doing, because you don't start out with the season opener with an episode that looks like filler, which shows me they have no freaking plan at all.
Yeah, it was a good episode by itself, but in terms of advancing the story, it didn't really quite do that. But I generally liked the first episode. This one was half as long. I couldn't get over the freaking Harry Potter spiders.
Harry Potter spider.
And I couldn't.
Spiders.
Well, I couldn't stand we brought back Aunt Tilly or whatever the fuck her name is again. I didn't want to see her again.
Strangers
the
with
spiders
Candy.
were from actually Rebels. Those spiders.
Yeah.
I didn't know because I hadn't seen Rebels.
Sorry,
so
I
didn't know what the heck that was.
I don't watch
thought
the
aliens.
cartoons.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either.
Those cartoons. I'm telling you, if there's any of the ones you should watch, it's the Clone Wars and Rebels. Those
are the only ones.
Yeah,
I tried to watch Clone Wars. No,
Lorena. I tried.
I loved
Clone
Wars.
I tried 3 times to watch Clone Wars and just.
Sorry, I'm just gonna put it out there. When people say that like Star Wars is for children, those shows are more for children to enjoy. I mean, yes, adults can enjoy them too, but they're aimed at a younger audience.
You know what? The reason I joined it because it actually gave the clones instead of just being like robotic. You're here, just go fight a war. They actually gave them personas, like the Sand People in the first one. I like that because you see another side that you don't see. But you actually see. So I'm trying to judge it based on, hey, you know what? It'd be nice if actually they gave some kind of backstory to characters. Because you have no heart, you have no soul.
But the clones were programmed like they were genetically altered specifically so that they're more docile and controllable by the Republic or whatever. So for them to have these big personalities doesn't really make sense.
It was only because of the chip. That was when they were to be controlled. The whole object was to fool the Jedi. That's what it was about.
I mean, wasn't their sense of individuality literally bred out of them on a genetic level?
Yeah.
So in defense of what you're about to see on Mandalorian in the next episode, be prepared to see both Moff Gideon and Grief Targa, and be prepared to meet Sasha Banks' character finally. So,
wait, who was the second?
I don't know who.
You're breaking up.
I don't know who the character is, but I definitely recognize the name.
I had literally no idea. I guess
Carl Weathers' character is Grief Targa.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's the guy with the bounties who gave the Mandalorian the bounties.
Moff Gideon is Gus Fring.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
And Sasha Banks is a new character.
So you might get action this time.
Sasha Banks is a WWE wrestler. If you don't know who she is.
All right, I know absolutely nothing about. I don't know who any of those actors really are. I don't know. Except, obviously Carl Weathers. But
I know all of them except Sasha Banks. I don't know who she is, but Carl Weathers and Giancarlo Esposito, I know who they are.
If I could ask another question briefly, who was it who said that this episode is good on its own?
No one. He was talking about the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode I loved. The second one was okay.
Okay, I thought Proper said this episode was good on its own.
No,
could have been. Feels like something he would say.
I mean, I don't know.
I was just saying because if I'm understanding right, doesn't the second episode require the third to complete the story? So how can it be good on its own?
Well, I know my biggest issue with the first one. Again, it's like on its own. It was okay, and it should have been in the middle, not the season opener.
You're going to find yourself on a planet with an ocean in the next episode. The Mando will be the Mando will be sailing on the oceans of this planet for some reason because his spaceship can't go from point to point, and there will be snow.
And snow.
Snow in the ocean. By the way, what's the monster of the week? Anybody have an idea what monster?
Is it going to be a real dragon this time? No, a sea dragon.
Yeah, it has to be something sea related.
Sea dragon. It's going to come out like
going to be a giant
whatnot.
No. You're not thinking fourth dimensionally. No. It's clearly going to be an octopus. It's going to be a giant squid.
It's going to be a kraken, right?
It's gonna be the Kraken. It's actually gonna be called Kraken Thing this time instead of Frog Lady.
I was just gonna say, I mean, if you want to
or
get
Tentacle Monster, that's what it's gonna be called. Tentacle Monster.
If you want to get fourth dimensional with it, it would be great if they had a giant green octopus as the villain of or the monster of next week.
They're going to, and you know who's going to help provide them information is Dr. Gills, who is a humanoid fish.
That's like a helmet. Yell, it's a trap.
Yeah, he has the helmet on that's just like water, and he's like,
and the Mandalorian knows how to communicate with it, right?
I know where they're
like with the sand people. He just knows.
Is it bad that when you described that character, the first one that came to mind was what was it, Doug Jones's character from Hellboy?
Oh.
No sketch therapy. I don't want that. No. No luck dragons here.
I was thinking of
you know what I thought of
for this next
Fuck that. No.
I was thinking of Megamind. Anybody seen
It's
Megamind?
the shitty never-ending story.
I saw that. Okay. Hated that movie. Anyway.
Right. Oh God. I know you got to get going, Lorena. So
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you good? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All
right. So I think. Do you have any? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Mandalorian's just one of those things. It's going to be one of those things that just keeps going in circles over and over again. You're gonna have some progression, then you're gonna have negative progression to bring it back to the start. Then you're gonna have another quest with another side character. And they're gonna bring in cameos because they require cameos from other shows to make this work. Apparently.
I think
Also,
of it like
can we
Lord
just
of the Rings. He's just going to keep searching planet to planet to find whatever his goal is.
This episode, though, was the filler of all fillers. Like, this is by far the worst episode so far. They spent no less than 3 minutes going on, like, with just the X-Wing fighters in space. I'm like, and they kept dragging on.
Yeah,
kept asking him more questions. I'm like,
I call it. You know, the cops' traffic stop. Even we got a runner.
Yeah, I wanted them to be playing like bad droids. What you gonna?
Seriously.
Well, I mean, something similar. They had the perfect. They're set in the perfect time frame to have a space western without any sort of. I'm just going to sort of put it in this quote: magic shit from the Force.
Yeah.
But they insisted they insisted in shoving it in right in the first episode, and they've been making it the core of the show. It doesn't need it.
This was supposed to be a lone wolf and cub type setup.
Me and you against the world, the galaxy,
and it's not. It's you and me, Dr. Gills, Dr. Manable, and strangers with Candy Lady.
How many can you shove in the van here?
I'm just gonna say, don't call it Lone Wolf and Cub when Dave Filoni's involved.
No, yeah, I'm saying like that's what it was supposed to be. Like
yeah,
that's what a lot of it's set up to be.
Well, if in the beginning, like I played the games and stuff like that, and that's how the Rebels started. They started with like little cells, like it was a bunch of like, let's say us, and they split them up because they said, listen, if we keep you together and the Empire finds you, we're all dead. So they separated everybody, didn't know where they were, and then they finally, when the time was right, they grabbed everybody together, and that's how they were forming their army and all this. It was a hit and run operations because they're facing this powerful empire. So everything was sneaky, hit and run, stuff like that. You know, so I mean, that's kind of where they're going here, because if you think about it, even though the empire was crushed, they still had people. It wasn't like every single one of them were dead, you know? It's not what happened. They just destroyed the space station. But they had their own planet. So there was their own, in the Outer Rim, was just all Empire controlled. The Rebels just didn't know that. So basically, which would make sense to me. And that's what it is. So now they took over the planet, and this guy's on the run. He's got bounty hunters after him. So if he could make a friend here and a friend there, shoot, man, take who you can get, and if they work with you, great. I mean, that's how I'm trying to think reality. I'm not trying to think like you guys are thinking writing and this and that. I'm just trying to think of reality, how it would be. And you have an alien who's going to eat other aliens, you know? He's not going to have, oh, gee, here's a piece of steak. Oh, thanks a lot, you know? But still, steak is an animal, right?
You would have a back seat. You would have a back seat to transport felons. There's a lot of things that.
Magic containment unit.
I mean, they're not going to have a war. It can't be a war because at this time the rebels are just taking over the galaxy. They're just trying to form a law, you know. And Lucas, he said this actually in the book that just came out. He says it's harder to build than it is to destroy. It's very easy to destroy something, you know. But if you built up Legos, it's going to take you a while. But if you knock them down, you could do it real fast, you know. So he said it's harder. But in that time period, for the rebels to build up law and order throughout an entire galaxy, you know, than it is to destroy something. And that made a lot of sense when he said it. So they're going by what he said. And he happens to say this in the new book. So I just happened to read that.
Rob, you seem like a very Star Wars guy. I have a question for you.
Yeah, his channel literally was called Everything Star Wars.
Then he's the correct person. Then he's the correct person. Listen, Rob.
Go ahead. I don't know everything, but go ahead.
Well, so when Frog Lady uses robot guy to
this is a real conversation happening.
Yeah, to communicate with a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That shows that. So, like, I always thought, like, you know, C-3PO and stuff, they had to be used to translate, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so why don't they take that piece of technology that she was able, as a frog lady, tap into and use? Why can't they get that? I don't know. Make it a small size. We'll make it about like this big, something you can keep in your pocket. So that way when you come across an alien,
like a universal translator.
Great name for it. Never even thought about it.
I was just gonna say we kind of had one of those in another franchise.
Yeah, it's called Star Trek.
It all the time they paint themselves like narratively into a corner to where they have to come up with something and it's going to break the universe that is building on all the time. They do this with everything. And so they do this whole, well, we got to get the frog lady to talk to the Mandalorian. How are we going to do it? And then we'll use the robot thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and so
sometimes
they
paint themselves into a corner.
They do.
You know, they do.
It, and everyone's like, wait a minute.
I'm not defending everything they do. I'm not. I believe me. I'm not defending every single little thing they do.
Right.
Because I think, like Iger said, he said, I think we rushed. Yeah, I think that's what you did. I think you rushed. And because you wanted to make your $4 billion back in a profit. That's what it was about. Let's be honest. It's all about the cash.
Again, and then again, it goes back to they didn't have a plan. They didn't have they had a plan, but it was crappy. But they didn't have a cohesive plan. And again, Rob, like you were saying, they're going after the money. They're like, we have this IP. We're going to get as much money out of it. And again, bring it back to the investors who every investor call, except for this one, because I guess they were tired and they didn't have the guts. It's like, what is your plan for the Star Wars IP?
Yeah.
And then never get an answer.
And then fire your staff who's making like what, 13 an hour. Let's get rid of all them and let's you know, that's great. That's great. So let's go spend money, and then we don't have enough for a rainy day. We have to fire our employees who work very hard for us.
Which they didn't mention in the earnings call, but I'm the one to get pissed off about that again. But they had no plan. And again, like I say, going back to the showrunner is supposed to make sure the show is cohesive. And it's not. They're just pulling these member berries out, you know. And again, I believe it's like Culture said not too long ago. It's like this season is pretty much just to generate spinoffs.
Oh, they even had that dude from the first. From Force Awakens, the one that was trying to like net BB-8, the droid. He was the little droid that got the jetpack and flew up and then came back down. He's in.
Are you talking about the Jawa?
The Jawa.
It's
with
not
the wrong color eyes.
He's not a Jawa though.
No. Look,
yeah, I have to look into that. You're right. I think you're right though.
He was in Force Awakens. Yes, he was the one that was trying to capture BB-8. Right.
Oh, I don't remember the Force Awakens.
It's fan service. It's the worst kind of fan service because it does nothing.
You're talking about the beginning of the movie, the very beginning of the movie.
Yes, of Force Awakens.
Yes.
Yeah, when Rey meets. Yeah, that's the same thing. Listen, it does nothing it adds nothing of value to this episode, and retroactively does nothing for the other one either. It is simply put there for people who are like, wait a minute. Oh, I remember that. Remember that? Unfortunately, they put something in that nobody gives a shit about.
They're throwing Easter eggs in left and right. Listen, in the first one, I don't know if you guys remember when he grabs, the marshal grabs that container? It's the ice cream thing, you know, and that's what it is. If anybody, I looked at it, I was like, that's the ice cream maker that the rebel was running around. They're throwing in Easter eggs left and right. They're trying to do that. Even with the droids were from what do you call it? The pod racing.
Yes.
Scene.
Oh, and the one that Candy Strangers with Candy had, wasn't that one that was on that was part of the group that almost that Luke and his uncle were looking at?
They're trying to get us all back. They're trying to use nostalgia. Say, oh,
Yes,
look,
they
that's
are.
the Boba Fett. Oh, look, here's Palpatine. Here's
The problem is it's not working.
That's what they're doing.
It's not working because they're not doing it in a good way. Rob, I look, you are everything Star Wars. You are entertainment in Star Wars. You are Star Wars, but you're wrong. They won't get anybody back. Fan service does not work to the degree that they're using it. We're seeing the way that people reject it outright through other franchises like Star Trek, where the last several episodes, I should say, pretty much all of the episodes of the Rick and Morty show that they're doing called Upper Deckers, is essentially every single scene has a callback and memberberry to something else that is Star Trek. They're doing the same thing in these Star Wars episodes. And I guarantee you, it's not willful on Favreau's part. It's somebody there at Lucasfilm saying, "Oh, we need to shove this in there. We need to shove this in there." Maybe, but she believe it or not, she is not on that set. She is an EP in name only. But there's other things afoot at the Circle K, and I'm just saying that there's going to be a hard time for them to recover the fans, because like Kathleen Kennedy succeeded in her goal: get rid of all the 40 and 50-year-olds that were fans of this property. Well, guess who brings the kids and the grandkids to the movies? Guess who has money to buy the damn toys? It's the 40 and 50-year-old. You freaking maroon.
When you're throwing bones out like this,
they're not good bones. And they don't make sense in the story. They had an Easter egg in episode 1 of this year that was a freaking Cylon. Cylons have no place in Star Wars. Glenn A. Larson created Battlestar Galactica in response to Star Wars, in response to George Lucas. So, let's just be honest about all these things. And at this, there's even more to it. Lorena is correct, and I will continue to say this. This season is all about spin-off series. That's why you're going to start to see more of these characters looking for spin-offs. Now, the Boba Fett thing, from anything that I've heard, if it moves forward in any form of production, the only thing that I heard was it's a mini-series. It will not be a continuous show.
Then there's the Obi-Wan the series that's going on.
Right, the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah. By the way, going back almost 2 years now, I was told that the scripts were finished and they were going to commence shooting.
Yeah. Look. Nothing.
Do you know what they didn't do?
Nothing. It's still the freaking holding tank.
Yeah, and they abandoned any of their script ideas, and they sent all of the crew home after having them in place for 6 days to begin shooting. There are massive problems with any of these projects started under Kathleen Kennedy's leadership. She single-handedly destroyed Star Wars intentionally. And instead of Star Wars doing what they intended it to do for Disney, which was to bring all the little boys, because they had all the little girls with the princesses. They needed little boys with Star Wars. Well, guess what? They decided they wanted more princesses in Star Wars and abandoned the little boys once again. So there you are. So, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. And that's it from not only a Disney's perspective and Star Wars perspective, but from an entertainment perspective as well. As far as the business of Star Wars goes, they killed it. They killed
I know. It's sad, man.
It goes back to what Rob was saying, when you were quoting George earlier. So I just want to share this real quick, just because I saw you retweeted it, Lorena.
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
It's a Vase Production sent this meme out. This basically explains. So, Baby Yoda, he's going to eat the green stuff, and then the thing from Alien comes out.
I felt so cheated that didn't happen.
Yeah, but that kind of leads me to something, though. I find it very interesting that there is no mention of Baby Yoda in the sequel trilogy. My theory is that by the end of this series, Baby Yoda's going to die.
No, absolutely not. But he is going to say his first words within 2 episodes.
What are they going to do? Why isn't Baby Yoda around? Did he disappear? Where is he during the sequel trilogy?
Dave Filoni doesn't let characters die, except for the odd one occasion where it pumps up the main character.
Really?
I mean, Ahsoka Tano, Ezra Bridger, half 90. No, actually, not even half. 90% of the cast are Rebels. 90% of the cast are the Clone Wars.
I think it would be interesting if Baby Yoda was presumed dead. To be honest with you,
it would be interesting, but
that would actually change things. But that would actually require some forethought.
But here's the thing: it's such a vast galaxy, right? Everybody kept saying, "Oh, you have such a big galaxy. There's so much stories to tell." So the focus was about Rey, the almighty, all-powerful, all-godlike, the new chosen one, Rey. That's who it was about. That's why I agree with Culture. They did kill it by killing the lore, and that is the worst thing you could do. The reason why so many people got turned off is because they killed the lore, and the person that they wanted to see all-powerful, Luke Skywalker, they made him to this hermit crab, and that's what they've done with the franchise.
Hermit crab.
But then again, it doesn't. It all goes back to the fact that Disney used to be about freaking storytelling, and their CEO used to be about storytelling. Now you've got the likes of Iger, which is a merchandise guy, and that's all they're thinking about is how much merchandise they can push and how much merchandise they can pimp, and to hell with the story.
Well,
it doesn't even have to make sense anymore.
Chapek is the second coming of Paul Pressler, and Lorena will know what I am talking about.
Good God.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened? That was being funny.
I feel like Frasier just told a joke.
Lorraine, could you explain, Miss Creole?
I believe
that name. Why does that name sound familiar?
I believe we've got a special guest in the chat.
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
I'm so sorry, Tom. I didn't even know.
I reminded both of them.
He pinged me, and I'm like, I'm on Justin. Sorry.
Hey, Tom. You know what? Since you're available now.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, if Tom couldn't get Lorena or Culture, I don't mind stepping out to man the chat so Tom can come in.
You don't have to do that at all.
Well, I got to leave in 10 anyway, so I only got 10 minutes.
Yeah. All right, I'd love to. I mean, because I know you guys are going to talk about something like this, like Disney Plus or something. So, did the show get canceled or something?
No. He was doing a show about Disney Plus.
Oh, gotcha.
And he dropped me an invite, and I'm like, I'm on this weekend.
I didn't even.
But yeah,
Tom, you're aware of the time of my show. It's the same every week. I'm sorry, that's kind of on you. Or maybe he's just upset about our Twitter spat a couple nights ago.
But to get back to Paul Pressler, yes, he was one of those tight-fisted, slash the budgets, to hell with the art, to hell with the show, just tight with the purse strings. Like why Bob Chapek is named Cheapek.
Oh yeah, Cheapskate. Yeah, or Cheapskate, or
Bob Chapstick.
Yeah, just like cutting, cast members, slashing hours, to the point where the show just suffers. Everything suffers.
Yeah, the thing is Stags really wanted this next generation project in place for the theme parks so that they could better manage and utilize their staffing. Well, Cheapskate took it to another level and utilized it to eliminate staffing and essentially cut back and run rides at 1/3 and 1/2 and 2/3 capacity at best. And because he thought that he could save costs by inconveniencing guests. At the same time, he also believed that it would drive the customers of the theme parks into the shops and into the restaurants, which to a certain extent it did, but there's diminishing returns. Because most guests only have X number of dollars to spend on a vacation. So So again, you can shear a sheep multiple times, but you can only skin it once. And Cheapskate is all about skinning every single sheep he can get his hands on, including his very own business centers, such as Parks and Products. But Paul Pressler was a predecessor many years ago, had the same mindset. Tom Staggs was all about technology and growth, and he had a very poor implementation plan and a series of project managers on varying levels that let him down, which is why that project run billions of dollars over. But regardless, the circumstance with what's happening in Star Wars is just a repeat of every other area. Yeah, exactly. There it is, Imagineering. Yeah, they destroyed so many Imagineering positions and specialties, and now with as many of those folks now being let go because of the layoffs and everything else, they've essentially lost their institutional memory, and in some cases the ability to recreate or even repair things. So they are in a world of hurt in the future, and they don't even know it yet. And now shoving in the fifth key of business, which is total garbaggiola, is going to be a problem going forward. So I mean, like I said, I mean there's a cultural takeover, and it was done at a corporate level through all the HR departments across across the entire spectrum. So, but anyway, that's me going on my soapbox. I apologize because I can talk about this for hours on end.
Now, just to add to that culture, you have people who spend like thousands of dollars on a Disney vacation. For some of them, it takes them years to save up for it, and they have one shot. And you go, and the service is bad, the shows are subpar, and it's just like, what am I getting for my money? Hardly anything.
Yeah, everything's being cheaply made, and it costs a shit ton of money because Disney. That's
and the upkeep is crap.
Sorry for bugging out like that. My been a bit shit the past couple of days.
Yeah. I figured it would happen eventually. It's all good. So, all right. So I do want to talk about this before the day's out.
Did we have another topic?
Our friend Pedro had something to say. I'm sure we have all seen this by now. People were not happy about this. Obviously, insulting half of America. Okay, that's cool. Hopefully that works out well. That's very good for business. Some of which be your fans, just attacking people for their political opinions. We're not talking about the terrible people up there. No, we're just talking about somebody who wears a hat. Okay. Apparently that's a bad thing.
A really red hat.
Yeah. White letters on it.
Disney's
red and white. Anything red and white.
Yes, and Pedro, our friend, we saw that he deleted the tweet, but not before our friend Ryan Kennel was able to make a video about it. And then, as you know, My Nerdy Home really got a little bit, shit happened. I don't know. I don't remember where the exact tweet was. I had it a while ago. But regardless, Pedro had something to say about it. And Jeremy, obviously invites him to have a good-hearted discussion. He doesn't do anything, and it gets into this whole argument of there's a bunch of different threads that happen. Like Stephanie B saying like, "Oh, he hates women." Okay, I work with a ton of ladies at Geeks and Gamers, so yeah, and a lot of idiots in the chat. But I'm curious though. So with that in mind, okay, now I have it. So this is what. Go ahead.
Disney's like a Linkin Park song right now. They tried so hard, they got so far.
Why did you have to?
But in the end, it didn't even matter.
Yeah, they just keep fucking it up. How do they keep fucking it up? I don't understand.
This time it wasn't even their fault directly.
No,
I really don't.
You see, one idiot, one overprivileged actor who thinks that it's okay to piss off half a fan base because he has an issue.
I know. It's just
why
it's ridiculous.
Why even do that?
You're catering. This is the thing he doesn't even realize. that he's catering to an audience that doesn't consume the products that Disney produces in the first place. So that's just asinine.
Yeah, Ubisoft did the same thing like yesterday with their Assassin's
With the
Creed.
one person, the one person tweet.
Complained because they, I guess they figured their self-esteem was someone else's problem.
No, listen, she had a different comment or a tweet, whatever, saying like
Oh,
she's
the
going to
follow-up?
destroy that game anyway.
Yeah, we saw I destroy another game. I didn't know I was so powerful.
What?
Something like that. I shit you not. Courtney something or another is their name.
Ridiculous.
I don't know if it's a her, because honestly, nowadays I don't even.
I know.
Who
You
knows?
don't you gotta ask.
I know. I don't even bother asking. I mean, you are what you look like. So if you look like a piece of dung beetle, then you're a piece of dung beetle. So there you are.
Well, my question though was like this.
What does this mean?
Was it a main character or was it like a random character you come across? Like,
I'm curious about that too.
It was probably a random side character.
What?
That's what I thought.
And they pulled the game, but
4 hours in, I couldn't even begin to tell you.
This Pedro story it's so amusing to me because it's like you've got so many memes. You've got the Linkin Park meme, but at the same time, Pedro went full Plagueis.
He really did. He really did. And then
He
Stephanie
doesn't realize.
tweets it out. And then I don't understand this response. Is wow, check it out, people. Like, what is he trying to do?
It means nothing.
Rainbow emojis.
It's just to get people riled up.
Streamer emojis, Twitch emoji things, and then a guy with a microphone with the. What the hell is this?
Pedro doesn't even realize.
No.
Pedro doesn't even realize that all the people he went after are most likely the ones who actually want him to stay in the Mandalorian.
He is
despite him, reportedly quitting and being a crybaby. It's just like, come on, like you're already. Somebody said earlier, Pedro is the Divalorian. I thought that was pretty.
Divalorian. He really is.
Yeah, it makes me want to rewatch that Game of Thrones episode.
To watch him get
the Mountain versus the Red Viper. I'd love it was such a great lesson.
I have to get going, so I just want to get a comment in if I can before I go.
Bye, Rob.
First of all, this panel's great. You haven't subscribed to anybody, please make sure you do. Second of all, Justin, I always appreciate you having me on. Third, it's great seeing you all. I always have a great time. Tonight's another phenomenal stream, in my opinion. I always love coming here, and I appreciate Justin for inviting me from the beginning. About this, Stephanie's a great person. She's very sweet and kind. There was no reason for him to bring his horde here, to bring hate on, like a regular person, just like any of us, just a regular person, and to bring, because he's famous, so he has to bring his horde to bring a whole bunch of hate to go after her and attack her. And by the way, her grandmother had died that weekend, so she has
really
yes. So
I didn't know that.
I'm telling, because I talked to Ryan about all this, so we were talking in private. So I didn't know all this either until Saturday night when I read what she wrote and I spoke to him, and so she had a rough weekend. That she has to come home to all this massive hate because he brings it, which was uncalled for. And there was another guy who I watched. His name is Dark News. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He said, this is a true fact, by the way. He said, okay,
hey, Tom.
He's rooting for Democrats, which is fine. Okay. But did he realize that the South in 1865 were Democrats? I don't know if he realized that.
I don't think that he does. I think he's completely ignorant about American history because the Civil War was one of the most divisive events in this country. And not only were there Southern Democrats, but there were also Northern Democrats as well. And you don't hear about that.
Anyway, guys, I have to jet out. I'll watch you guys. I'll lurk. But guys, take care and bless you all, man. I wish you all the best.
Bye, Rob.
Good luck, Rob. Love you, Rob. Take care.
Take care.
Have a good one, man.
Right. And welcome Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Tom.
It's very good to see you.
Motherfucker, you stole all my guests tonight.
This is consistent every Thursday.
No, you had them before me. You're lucky you did because I was like, son of a bitch, I need one of them. You dirty bastard. You stole both my Disney experts.
No, you were trying to steal my guests. That's what you were trying to do.
Maybe, but I needed them. Did you really need both?
Well,
Yes!
Pig.
If you want to
I
look
always
at it,
love having them on. They're
I just wanted one or the other. That's all I want.
I mean, from a certain point of view, he stole you as well.
You got a fucking point. No, I'm not eating. I'm not eating my supper because I'm here with you now, Justin. This is all your fault.
Hey, you did this to yourself. But we
are
are
my
happy.
R2D2, and I am your C3PO. This is all your fault.
That's true.
That's a good one.
I don't know how, but somehow I believe this is all your fault.
It pretty much is. Welcome to This Week in Bullshit.
I'll come in.
man.
Like I said, I'll come in and say hi for a few minutes. I don't want to take up too much room.
Oh, no, it's all good. So I was curious what you thought of Pedro, acting out like this and then doubling down, tripling down, and just not letting this go. What is wrong? What is go? I have a feeling that something is going on in Pedro's life that is not so great. He doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe
like
he's
he
not
possibly got fired from the show.
So why else is somebody acting so irrational like this? From somebody who didn't seem like that terrible of a person before. I don't get it. I seriously don't understand it.
If he doesn't, though, he loses that clout within that group to stay a part of that scene. What happened to Chris? The one everyone hates now, Chris Pratt. He just didn't go to a fundraiser, and look how much shit he got. So even by trying to be neutral, apolitical, not get involved, you're therefore automatically cast as a bad guy. So unless you really put yourself out there for the good side, you're going to be ostracized.
Well, the other thing is he's waving his. I checked out his Twitter profile while you were going through the different tweets, and he's waving that refugee flag real high. He's like refugee, he, him, etc. So he's very much in a victim-like mentality, and he's playing that stuff for attention. It looks like, and so those generally have that attitude. You do stuff like this.
Here's the thing, and this is an interesting thing. If you know anything about him, and I do, he is an immigrant to this country. He came from Chile. His family fled Chile because of Pinochet. Pinochet was a ruthless dictator, terrible person, military general, absolute, just power starved. Not quite communist, not quite Marxist, not quite socialist, but he was just an awful, awful person. And so his family escapes there. He comes to this country. He makes something of himself and then promptly turns around and admonishes people in exactly the wrong way about something he knows absolutely nothing about. But he, having escaped authoritarianism, is calling our form of representative republic in authoritarian government. He's a very bad person. I really don't like him, and this is the only thing that he's done that is essentially revealed himself to be very ignorant in a lot of ways. And if Steve was here, he could do his Michael Jackson ignorant thing, which I can't do.
It's ignorant. It's
ignorant. Pedro's a little fucking bitch. He's a little fucking twit, and he needs to check himself before he wrecks himself. I think he forgets that on a day like today, especially, which I believe it's Veterans Day, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Okay. I don't know. It's Blur's Day for me. I'm sorry.
It's Blur's Day. No, yeah.
But all right, let's just say for the sake of argument, in my fucking world, it's still Veterans Day, right? America whooped some fucking ass in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
America gave you refuge from what culture was just talking about.
Yep.
America is where you became a fucking movie and television star, you little prick.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for it directly, but I can kind of comment. If it wasn't for America and all the veterans, I wouldn't be here right now.
Well, there you go. I'm just saying, I can't speak for him either, but I'll tell you this much. I'm a proud American. I may not be a conservative as the normal conservative goes. I've been kind of in the middle for a while now with this whole political business. I don't usually get into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, America's set up in a way where as long as the people follow the rules and they don't manipulate the system, we're good to go. You can do anything and be anything you want. That's not a bullshit line.
There is a reason why America is the greatest country on planet Earth. And that is because of the well, I mean, it still is. I mean, you know, because you don't have any opportunities the same as you would have here in any other country. You wouldn't. No. You wouldn't be able to. In some countries, you wouldn't be able to say some of the nonsense that you'd be able to say. No. In other countries, you know, you would be thrown off a roof because you slept with the wrong person or you were in love with the wrong person. It's fucked up. You wouldn't be able to drive because of what's in between your legs. In some countries, it's you know, people forget that and they take America for granted. And if there was a better country, they would fucking move there. We would all move there.
There are people who risk death to come here. And while I'm looking at this, let me bring up another point. If you think, first of all, America had slavery for much longer than it did under the Confederate flag, which one of my ancestors fought under. So I'll leave that there. You have to be weapons grade stupid to think that people trying to preserve a very wrong economic institution and fought a war to keep it is the same as genocidal maniacs over in Germany during what? Like 1939 to 1945? You really are stupid. They are not the same. And how dare you insult this country by making that comparison?
It's an easy test if you want to know, like, if you're in a fascist country or not. Just keep saying that you're in a fascist country. If you are, you're going to be stopped from saying it.
Yes.
It's really not that difficult. If you're allowed to run your mouth about the government in any way you see fit, calling them fascist and all this other stuff,
and you don't get disappeared,
okay with it, guess what, guys? You're not there. That's not what you're in. It's really simple.
Well, and I really hate to say this, but I mean, and again, Justin, I reiterate, because there's other countries that treat shit better and do shit better and think better than we do as a whole. Because we live in, well, look, just as a prime example, we live in a situation where I'm not even going to get into the whole political side of it, but, you know, like they just pointed out, everybody has said some of the most outrageous shit about not just Trump, but Biden in the last few months. In what many other countries are you going to get away with doing something like that? Not many countries. You can't speak about somebody who's a leader or a potential leader in a way that a lot of people have spoke about individuals in the media and other places, and even two other, like, this is bad enough, but what Michael Shannon put out there is like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what did he say? I missed that one.
He said all Trump. What was it? All Trump supporters should be dead. Basically,
I've seen a few of those.
Yeah, dumb crap. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just
Katy Perry for defending her family who voted for Trump. Like,
I saw that too.
Harmony. Like, what the hell's wrong with these people?
Well, and Pedro's the same little bitch who decided to mansplain to fucking Gina Carano what putting your fucking pronouns in your bio is all about. And I'm sorry, but I don't understand why everybody's just consistently ignoring why she protested doing it in the first place. Maybe she has personal fucking reasons, and shouldn't it be her choice? Like, that's the problem, is we have a society now that is turning into the people that this motherfucker is accusing everybody else of being, basically. It's more projection from the other side.
It really is. And it's so infuriating because this has been nonstop for the past 6 years in particular.
Longer than that, but it's been.
Oh, I know, but it's been very, very prevalent. You know, the stupid, ignorant things that I have seen people say. Like, I can't even say in some circles, no, Russians did not hack an election, or no, Biden won the election, without people freaking out sometimes. And I'm just like, I feel like these are like common, like, I don't want to get into it at all. Like, I've already had those discussions, but I'm like, how can this, like, why? Just there's some part in some people's brains that I just can't, like, I'm like, why do you think this way? Why? Like, I cannot comprehend this whatsoever. It's just so.
It's because some people, and you find this a lot in religion as well. That's why, when you talk about critical race theory and all of that, it's like a non-theistic religion, because people these ideologies like this, the stuff that they have is so ingrained.
It's the elastic ideal of hating oneself if you're white.
Right,
that's true, Kai.
That's their beliefs, but like it gets so ingrained in them that when you attack an ideal that they believe in, you're attacking them personally, rather than just they're not separated from their ideology. It's one and the same. They
or
are
like for what you're saying, like, hey, those words that you are saying, like those are wrong, or I disagree with them. It's not you as a person. Unfortunately, I blame a lot of my generation for I've always been that kind of person.
It's your fucking fault, Justin.
It's not my fault. No, I feel like Squidward, just being like, everybody's an idiot except for me sometimes.
No, with all due respect and all
growing
credits due, you are a lot brighter than a lot of kids in your generation.
Oh, I'm not the smartest. I know I'm not.
Well,
let
me put it this way.
If I was.
You are not. You've got more common sense in a way. Like I look at my kid who's 19 now, and it's just like, dude, how did this kid make it? I couldn't even raise him the way I should have been able to because of the way society is right now. And that's part of the problem. We have a bunch of kids who feel like they're a bunch of elitist, entitled, narcissistic little shits who think that only thing that matters are their feelings, and they don't care about anybody else or what they're saying or what they're doing or how the effect of or the hypocrisy of what they're doing or saying is affecting others. Because like, look at little Pedro here thinking he's being a big old fucking, he's whipping that flag around for that, for that attention, for those woke points. But does he stop and realize he just called half of America a bunch of fucking Yahtzees? I have a hard time believing half of America believes in the ideals of that said group.
How come? How come it has to be like, oh, you're on that side, then you're automatically in this category. You're automatically anti-Semitic. You're automatically a tiki torching guy who's saying terrible things and And
I'll say the same thing to Pedro and Michael Shannon in this. You're not really toting the message of your leader here if you're doing this kind of shit, because isn't the message of your leader supposed to be, we got to quit this, we got to bring the country back together and end the division? Look what's fucking happening, and throw that shit in their faces. Throw it in their fucking faces. I'm in the middle on this thing. I don't give a shit. I see just as much bullshit from the other side too. Don't get me wrong, but I see some worse shit from this side right now. I tell you, I don't see people saying shit like this. It's one thing when they start projecting. Yeah, I've seen people turn and go, wait a minute, you're the one acting that way. That's a little different. But my point being, I've never seen this kind of shit in the history of my life. Have I ever seen this kind of division?
I think part of it has to do with social media and just all the crazy people can have their thoughts out now.
Yeah, it's been amplified by that for sure, but it's been building and growing on college campuses for a long time,
Oh yeah, I was in the midst of it. Even before Trump getting elected. Like, it was bad. It was bad. It was an SJW cesspool. And I was like, oh my God, people are dumber than they were like in high school. Like it wasn't even just like, maybe I was thinking like, oh, maybe I was just not exposed to as many ideas. No, these are like, this shit was like so left that it was like, people, I've heard just so many stupid things. Like, I had a PowerPoint presentation on anime for a class with a group project. And somebody said, I'm so glad that you did not have an offensive font in your presentation. I'm like, what? What is it? An offensive? How can a font, a particular font, be offensive in a PowerPoint presentation about anime? How can it? It's like, I would, if an Asian guy in the room was offended, okay, cool, he's allowed to be offended. Not you. You're just some white woman here. What? Why are you trying to stand up for people when you don't even know how? Did you ask
virtue
them?
Signaling. Virtue
exactly.
signaling.
Virtue signaling. The whole savior thing. Like, I have to save you. I have to be the one who says, oh, I'm not the bad. I'll say this. I'm not the bad white person. I'm the good white person. And see, this is how good I am, because I'm standing up for all of you marginalized people.
It's like reverse
didn't
Uncle
ask
Tom
you to.
bullshit. It's weird.
It is, and it is freaking insulting. And for those of you who think that's a great idea, all those marginalized people are laughing their asses off at how stupid you are.
Well, yeah, stop to think about it. How much do you respect somebody who's going to sit there and lick your fucking boots?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
I have made so much money off of clueless liberals when I was in college who would say, "Oh, okay, well, I know you've had a hard life." Not nearly that, but if you just maintain a C average, we'll give you like $250 scholarship money every semester. I'm like, really? $250? Yes, but you have to get a C. Really? Me and a bunch of other friends in engineering were like, we are going to have so much money for clothes to go to the Gap because we are knocking it out of the park grade wise with like straight A's, but yet you think so little of us. It's ridiculous, and you get played for it, but you don't think that you are, but you are.
Kai, what do you think of this?
Man,
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I agree. Honestly, I'm in the middle, and I'm the second that Bernie announced that he was considering running in 2015, I was like, oh, cool, I have someone to vote for, because I wasn't going to vote. I actually follow politics. So when he announced that he was doing an exploratory thing, I was like, I'm there. So that was before all the propaganda started with the Bernie Bros and all this other stuff. So like, I've gotten in so many so I get in discussions with people on both sides, and when I'm talking to people on the right, they think I'm on the left. When I'm talking to people on the left, they think I'm on the right. But,
same thing, same here, man.
Yep. So when it comes out that I'm like, I'll say something that the person on the right agrees with, and they go, well, how come you think this? Oh, I think that because of these things. And then I explain more because they were so caught up in the art in it being an argument that they were like, not.
Why did you just listen? Yeah.
So once they listen, they go, oh, I thought you were one of those crazy liberals. I said, no, bro, you didn't let me finish. And then I can actually talk to them. People on the left, not that. They insist. They go, no, you're just saying that. You're on the right. You're a crazy right extreme. Like, that's how they always behave.
Classic liberalism is just like it's demonized now.
Yeah. Like, and I'm sitting here trying to tell them, like, I'm gonna vote for Bernie. What are you talking about? Like, how is that right? What?
He's not left enough.
He's not.
You're not lesbian enough to play Batgirl.
Yeah, that.
It's never enough. It's never enough.
And that's what I said. That's what happens when you give stupid and give into stupid. It's too late. You can't say no anymore. Because if you say no, then they say, well, why not? You said yes before. And then they throw a fucking temper tantrum, and we have mostly peaceful protesting in the fucking streets.
And then you have then you have those people who take advantage of that situation, who are assholes, and then start throwing bricks at people.
That was my joke with the mostly peaceful part.
I got you.
Well, it is mostly peaceful until like some lunatics get in.
Mostly peaceful is code word for like, we're gonna fuck some shit up tonight.
Yeah,
okay,
pretty much.
Like let's be clear here.
That's exactly what it means.
That's why I put it in that Batman fucking cartoon. It's like mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful. Well, 50. Yeah, mostly peaceful.
A brick.
Yeah,
mostly peaceful.
No, that's what I've actually, I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate here. I've seen several instances where people when Targets were being looted, McDonald's was burning down, and the crowd had seen people trying to do that, and there was a whole like block of people just on several different videos just saying like, no, we're not going to have you do this. We're not like this. Stop doing this. So those people need to be highlighted as well. People are saying like, no, we will not tolerate violence here. We are just here to protest, and that is it.
There was also videos of peaceful protests that were just talking. People start like dispersing even, and then they start getting pellets shot at them and stuff in mid-interview with like news people. So like there's always shenanigans, but yeah, you can't be saying things are mostly peaceful when there's a building burning behind you.
Well, even if they are
Yeah.
mostly peaceful,
Stupid.
like what is a reasonable amount, a percentage that we should accept as violent protest? Because think of Portland, over 100 nights of violence, right?
Think about Philadelphia, where all of that just started popping off in several,
Last
in
week,
several places. It was just insane.
And it's all because of uninformed people with low information, because they're encouraged to act a fool when they don't have all the information in place.
And then wonder when their neighborhoods burn down and all that crap, and they can't get anything. Then it's
yeah. Well, hey, I can't get food for my kids. We shouldn't have burned down the damn grocery store.
There's elderly people who can't afford to move. Now they can't get medication. They can't get the stuff they need. Why? Because your ass got butthurt that you didn't get your way, so you decided to burn crap down.
Yeah.
When your candidate's first interview is with Cardi B, I wish I could do the thing. I would do it, but Cardi B, like you're off on a bad foot here. Like they're not going to be informed, because she's talking about the taxes being taken away and for college to be paid for and all the those and no, you can't, and then free Medicare. No, you can't. That's
Nothing is free, and whoever told you it was free is freaking lying to you.
Hey, but see, all they're interested in is WAP. That's all I gotta say.
That's it.
Yep. I wish I had that clip of Ben Shapiro right now.
Oh my God,
of the WAP.
Yeah, that was
by far, and I would play it too. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably get struck for it or something.
You will.
Yeah.
You
that would be worth a strike, though. That would be worth. That would be worth it. Yes, maybe we'd have to pre-record all of our BS streams then. But,
oh my God.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're about to wrap it up. This is a lot of fun. We talked a lot about The Mandalorian today and a lot of funny stuff at the beginning. Let's go around and to each panelist, tell the people what you got going on, and we'll start out with Kai. Kai, it was very nice having you on. I love the Mr. T haircut you got going on. It's really awesome. Tell people what you got going on.
I do a trivia game show every Sunday here on YouTube. It's like Jeopardy with the board game element attached to it. So you get abilities. You can throw lightning bolts at people. You can dodge difficult questions, etc. Every Sunday. On Thursdays, just before this, I do the Gaming Lounge with Angelus, Culture Casino, and some other guys. Mackany, Mando, and who am I for Runner? That was it.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that explains a bit.
You forgot Lannion. Don't forget it, Lannion. He started it.
And Ords. And Lannion and Ords pop in from time to time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's years in the making, but it's finally out. It's available on Amazon. Signed copies are on my website. But it's called Space Crime Domino. I've got the preview of the first 2 chapters on my website if you want to dip your toes in and see if it's for you. But yeah, I would appreciate.
And you should. And I'm gonna tell you should read those first 2 chapters, and you will buy the dang book because it is nonstop from the word go. It's a good book.
I give him a hard time, but I really am enjoying reading it.
Awesome, thanks, Mads. I think I'm that's all my stuff. If you wanna.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and yeah. Let's go to the beautiful hair man. Let's go, Culture.
Hello, everyone. I'm Culture Casino. I have a YouTube channel. I talk about pop culture and entertainment from the business side of things most of the time. I will comment on other subjects on other channels, and I host a lot of live streams. In fact, one's coming up tomorrow. It's called the Friday Pre-Flight, where I try to predict what I think everybody will be talking about over the weekend. So if you want kind of a preview, because I'm right some of the times, when it comes to what I think you're going to talk about on Friday Night Tights, over on Doomcock's Friday Frolics, or any of the Saturday shows, that's kind of something I try to do. Is that these are the subjects I think we're going to talk about. And then on Sunday, I kind of wrap up the week with a panel of guests called the Sunday Culture Review. And I have people on when they're available. It happens right after Reina Creole's live stream. Then I also am on in the evening with Reina Creole on Sundays on her amazing Welcome to Florida streams, which I guarantee you will have some dismal Disney in it this time around. Other than that, guys, thank you so very much for being here. Please subscribe to everyone on this panel. They're all wonderful human beings, mostly. And yeah, you could probably subscribe to Mad too. He's
I knew
right.
it was going to be me.
It's all right.
As soon as you said it, why is my shit all blurry? Anyway, so normally I don't do this.
Reina Creole, the queen herself.
The first time I had things to talk about.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And the Queen's Counsel is looking at me sideways right now, my other monitor. I talk about a lot of things. I'm on a lot of live streams, including this one here on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m. No, sorry, that's on Thursdays. I got a lot of shows. Thursdays at 9 p.m. is the Queen's Counsel. This week it is on Christie's channel. Last week it was on my channel for my pre-birthday. And if you really want an awesome time to watch, go watch that stream from last week, because we had the Dark Council in on the Queen's Counsel. So that was 3.5 hours of absolute freaking fun. So I have to check that out. And tomorrow, Fridays at 12 noon, I have my Lorena's Lunch Table Chat, where we bring in someone from the fandom to get to know more about and talk about current pop culture topics. And this Friday, we will have El Presidente Abu Nas on the show.
Woohoo! Yeah, sounds
Check
awesome.
that out. Yes, it is going to be awesome. It's always fun when Abu Nas is on. And
I agree.
It's a fun time. And also Sundays are at 8 p.m. Eastern is my Welcome to Florida stream, where we talk about all kinds of crazy things about Florida, facts you didn't know about Florida, my family's history in Florida. And I think going on the third week, we've got a dismal Disney segment. So come in and check out what we're going to rail on Disney about that day in particular. And let's see, Mondays at 10 p.m. is Toxic Femininity over on Midnight's Edge channel. And did I get all the shows? I think I got it. Oh wait, no, sorry. One more. Fridays at 9 a.m. over on Loki's Mornings of Mischief. I come fresh off of seeing The Mandalorian, and we talk about it over there on Loki's show. So that's on Fridays. He has a show every day at 9 a.m., but I'm on the one on Fridays at 9 a.m. So as usual, love hanging out with you guys. Love being on This Week in BS, and you guys are wonderful.
Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Real quick though, I'm an idiot. I missed a super chat from about an hour ago from Stone Cold Jeremy. My bad, dude. My bad. Thank you for reminding me about that. He said IG-88, no speaking parts in the and still a named character, unlike Frog Lady.
What if I could say so, the reason why he's a named character is because they wanted to play off the IG nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true.
That's the only reason. But
anyways, Richard, do you have anything you would like to say?
Well, I am the designated mod for today. I am plugging everybody's links in the chat, including Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. I'm also plugging. Okay. No, I'm plugging you as well when you get your turn, because you got your turn skipped. When we finish up here, I will be plugging the link for the Queen's Counsel, so everybody can go over there. I'm also plugging the people who unfortunately couldn't be here today, like Wes Moody.
Oh yeah, we missed them greatly, but this was still a great stream. Really enjoyed it, and thank you, Tom, for making a special guest appearance. Tom, tell the people what you got going on, or just any message you want to say.
Balloons are not cool. Windows are punching bags. And the night is the best time of the day. So never let Justin Proper give you advice, or you wind up like me.
That's so deep.
But the movies I hate are actually really bad, and you are wrong.
No. You have no fucking soul, sir. You have no fucking soul.
I love Tom.
I'd rather be soulless than lie about.
I'm going to do
movies.
some Mead radio here in a bit, but I need to get some food. So.
Yeah,
Ooh,
right.
hey, so wait,
again.
are you going to make it over to comics tonight?
Oh shit, that's tonight. Yeah, I'll try.
Oh, I can take his place, Tom. If you got other things to do.
Oh no, I'll just do Mead radio for like 2 hours or whatever.
All right, brother. Be safe.
Well, speaking of which, see you, Tom. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, you're blurry. What?
Yeah, I have no idea why that.
Put your hand in front of the camera so it refocuses.
All right. It doesn't matter. Listen.
High five. High five.
Listen, tomorrow Jason Voorhees has his Friday the 13th celebration. There should be other people on. His mom's doing the catering. He's doing the catering, so that should be fun. And tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we have our Teller of Viking Tales, where we go over a Viking story that. If you missed last week, Thor ended up in a dress and trying to marry a giant to get back Mjolnir, and it was cuckoo bananas. It was really good. So we had that in the morning. The Friday the 13th stream will be at 6 p.m. Central tomorrow. And coming up soon, this is actually important. Coming up soon, I have a new show that's going to be streaming at night sometime during the week. I haven't decided which day yet. It's called Thinkers and Drinkers. It's a continuation of a meetup group that I used to run before all this shit happened. So when it was meetup, when it was in person, we would meet up at a bar and have drinks and talk about different ideas, philosophical or theological, or even just like what's happening in society as a whole. And so I want to continue that here on YouTube. So I will have a topic ready to go and questions to kind of feed off of, and then hopefully I'll have a panel of some great people, and we'll have a few drinks, and we'll have a great discussion. So look out for the announcement of when that's gonna start up.
I apologize for the tagline I put on your link.
Oh, but before I forget, Matt is actually going to be on Welcome to Florida on Sunday.
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes,
Yep.
really.
All right.
All right. Disappointment. Yeah. You muted, Justin.
Yeah,
Muted,
Justin, great
Justin.
outro.
Properly
That's
muted.
awesome, dude.
And he's
You're
still
You're still
talking.
muted.
Still
Still
muted.
doing. Nothing's
There you
changed.
go.
How about
Improper.
Oh God, I gotta do it now.
Improper.
I do streams every week. I had the Council of Jeremy's on Saturday, and I know I say this every week, but I'm gonna make more videos eventually. We'll see. It's kind of becoming a recurring joke now, but hopefully we will rectify that. Anyways, thank you all so much, my proper compadres. Live long and proper, and as always, have a great fucking day, guys.
Wait.
Weekend
wait.
bullshit. Oh,
La Reina.
okay then.
Sketch Therapy wishes you a good night and says it's always a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Siempre un placer, Reina, y que tengas buenas noches.
What did you want to say, Richard, before we go?
I wanted to make sure I plugged the Queen's Council. Go over there. Watch it.
Yes.
Have fun.
I'm late as
Now.
hell. Y'all can come with
Yep.
me.
Yes. Hello.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Well, thanks to the lame ass security, I'm going home.